Hi you guys, welcome back to another video. We're starting it off with a bang because I'm actually going to my first, I guess it's not really my first ever brand event, but it feels like my first ever brand event. I've gotten invited to like different things for a few restaurants here in Salt Lake City, but this is like actually celebrating the launch of a product, and it's more so what I personally had in mind when it comes to a brand event, and this was a goal on my like list for this year, so that's really exciting. So we're going to an event with Ritual. You might know them, they have like a very viral multivitamin, and we're celebrating the launch of their new magnesium supplement, I believe. So I'm really excited. I don't really know what to expect. I know that it's at a rooftop bar. And then also before that, we're going to try out a new restaurant as well in Salt Lake City, which I'm super excited. So we have a whole date night on the agenda. And I figured I can kind of share with you guys my new makeup routine because I kind of been getting into makeup these days. First, for some skincare, of course, this is from Cocokind. It's their new magnesium mist. I actually really love this. I always like to kind of dampen my face before I put on skincare as well to help with the absorption of everything. Next, I have this Anua Peach 70 Niacin Serum. I really have been kind of switching up my serums lately. It's kind of like whatever I gravitate towards. For some reason, I've been liking this pink one again, this peach one. For moisturizer, I've honestly been using this one, but I want to try out this Merit one. I'm actually trying this for the first time. This is by Merit. This is their Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. 2 to 3 pumps. Okay, this is like so liquidy. I'm also trying this for the first time. This is their priming moisturizer. Love. I've honestly been sent a few things from Merit lately, and my best friend loves Merit, so I've like really been getting into them more. But honestly, my favorite makeup brand at the moment is Saie. I'm so obsessed with them and their branding and everything. I also just switched over to this little makeup bag, and it's so cute. I've been obsessed with this Merit, the Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. It's SPF 45. I think this is new. I have this in the shade 20, and I just love this stuff. It blends so well. And then I just use the Saie, I think this is called the Big Brush, to blend it all out. I just love how light this formula is, and it just blends so well and it looks so natural. Even though I'm getting into makeup, like I still am always going to love the natural look. I just really don't like a full beat on me. I don't know if it's just because I'm not used to it or it just doesn't blend well with me, but the more minimal look, the better, and I feel like a tinted sunscreen is like the best for that, or like maybe like a BB cream, like I don't know, something that's very light. Like it's just super light coverage, but that's exactly what I'm going for. Oh, I totally forgot to put this on, the Saie Glowy Gel. I'm gonna put it on over it. Is that a bad idea? I don't know. This stuff just helps with like adding a glow to your face and your skin. I have that in the shade Warm Glow just to help with like a little bit more of like a glowy bronzy look. And then for concealer, I just use this one by Saie. This is in the shade 8, which to be honest with you, I don't even know if that's my right shade, but I keep my routine very simple and really just the basics. So next, this is their liquid bronzer. This is in the shade Spritz. I love this stuff. For this, I use the Saie smaller brush. I don't know what this one is called, but it's literally just like the smaller version of the big brush. Next, we have their liquid blush. This is in the shade Rosy. This one is like a very, very natural everyday shade, which is also why I love it. Then I just use their 2-in-1 concealer and blush brush, and I love this. At first I used to just blend this like on the cheek up, but now I have been doing the whole like front section, and I just think it looks so cute. So I'll make sure that I do it like all around the bridge of my nose, and I've been trying to like blend it more into the bronzer as well. Oh, I'm sweating. Then I keep it super simple with my eyes. I literally just curl my eyelashes. I kind of have a complicated relationship with mascara because since my eyes are already dark, I don't really need the coloring of it. And so I just feel like either if I use waterproof mascara, I have to scrape it off my freaking eyelashes to get it off, which I hate. Ow, I just pulled out 2 eyelashes. Or if I don't use waterproof, then it like makes my eyelashes curl and fall, and they don't hold the curl well, which I hate that. So I just kind of curl my lashes and just stick with that. Then for my eyebrows, I literally just fill them in with some brow powder from Benefit. This is in the shade 5 Warm Black Brown. Then I use this this Milani brow gel that honestly doesn't really do anything for me, to be honest with you, because my eyebrow hairs are so coarse. But I just do like kind of a little bit to try to brush my hair more in place. But like, again, my eyebrow hairs are so coarse so they don't really move. But I feel like it does a little something. Last but not least, we have some highlighter. This is actually from Coco Kind, which is actually a skincare brand, but it's a super easy little like champagne color highlighting stick, and it's just so easy to use. So I usually do the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, my inner eyes, the inner corner of my eyes, and then my cheekbone. Then also at the top of my lip. And then I actually just got sent this from Saie, which I freaked out when I got this PR package, but they apparently just launched a new powder and their new powder brush. So I've honestly never used powder before, but we're gonna give it a whirl. My sister said to put it on like, I don't know, I think wherever you don't want to be oily, so like, I don't know, forehead. Or I think where you don't want your makeup to crease is what she said. Forehead, under eyes. I'm gonna keep it very light. Really, it's just for funsies. Okay, lip liner. I've been loving this one from Milani. This is in shade 120 over the top. I think this is new. My lips are actually so chapped. Oh wait, I have chapstick. And then I just topped it off with this Milani Keep It Full lip gloss. This is in the shade 140, single-ish. And I think this is the final look. Honestly, we haven't figured out how to do our hair yet, so we're not to that stage yet. We're just gonna enjoy being a little bit more proficient in makeup, and we'll cross this bridge when we get here. Okay, let's go get changed. Recent hyperfixation. This is actually my first Rare Beauty product, and I bought this when I was back in New York. I'm obsessed with it. It's the new Rare Beauty perfume. I was so curious. I was like, I'm just gonna try it. I went to Sephora once when I was home. I just did like a little testing spritz, and I was like, and I just wanted to sit on it. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, that actually smells really good. Then the whole rest of the day, I was like, that smells really good, and I kept thinking about it. And I'm really not that huge of a perfume person, but I love this so much for some reason. So then I went back a few days later after I kept thinking about it, and I just bought the travel size. It has like vanilla, caramel, and sandalwood, but it's like the perfect, it's like sweet and airy, but still like enough for an everyday wear, but it's like very feminine without being too strong. Like, I just love it, and I just think it's a great little everyday perfume. I will say my only complaint is I feel like it doesn't last very long, to be honest with you. I feel like I kind of need it, I don't know, it wears off. I'm literally always rushing, but this is my outfit. I got this dress from Pepper Mayo. They actually sent it over to me, and the print is just so cute to die for in the sleeves. I just feel like it's the perfect fall to summer transition dress. The lighting is always so hard this time of day. And then I'm just wearing it with my cowgirl boots. And for a bag, I'm just using this little kind of clutch bag. I think the brand is Ella, E-L-A or something. And this is the fit.
This is not what we need right now, bro. Someone's trying to pull a house taking up 2 lanes. Usually it takes us like 30-40 minutes about to get into Salt Lake City, and Apple Maps is telling us it's taking over an hour to get into Salt Lake because the traffic is just so bad. We're literally rolling at 7 miles an hour right now. And this is not what we needed because we're cutting it close. Story of my life. We called the restaurant though, and they said like it's totally fine, just come in whenever, but it's really cramping our plans a little bit because I wanted to make sure we had like a good amount of time still at the event after we had dinner, but I guess it is what it is. Anyway, I might as well tell you about my week since we have the time. So it's Thursday right now. On Monday, I 100% went to a hip-hop class. Do you want to see the routine? No, I'm kidding. I've performed it for Letty like maybe pushing 10 times at this point. But anyways, yeah, I literally went to a beginner's hip-hop class, which is so random, but I was raised by the Cheetah Girls. That was the first ever concert I went to. I was obsessed with them, like, you know, all the dance numbers in there. I also loved Step Up. I always just loved like the dance movies growing up. And I also had like a play phase when I was like sixth grade, 7th grade. I think it was 7th grade for like theater. And so I have a weird like soft spot for it. Anyways, I got a weird dose of inspiration, and I was like, why don't I just go to a hip-hop class? Screw it, you're only young once, like who really cares, just go and have fun. And I did go, and I did have a lot of fun, and I really feel like I'll go again. And there was like people of all ages. It was super chill, and it was just like an hour class, and I loved it. So that's what happened on Monday. I'm the queen of side quests because I feel like I find random things and I'm like, ooh, that sounds so fun, let's do it. But anyway, then I also went to a run club for the very first time ever. You can choose between like a trail run, a 2.5 mile run, and a 4 mile. And I thought I was only going to do the 2.5, but at like the break off, I was like, like, honestly, I'm feeling good. Let's just do the 4. So that was good, kind of exciting. It wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. Like, everyone just kind of split up into like little groups, but I feel like I should go again and like give it another chance. But I didn't even know we had one of those in our town, and apparently it's been a thing for the past 4 years, every single Wednesday. So we're in the clear now. We're back. Look at this. As you can see, we're going 80. We figured out what happened. We passed the scene of the crime. Basically a huge like 18-wheeler caught on fire is what it looks like, but there seemed to have been no fatalities. It was like the very back end of like the 18-wheeler, the inside of whatever he was carrying somehow caught on fire. But so I guess that's what the whole holdup was. But now we're still like 15 minutes out, but we're in the clear now. Welcome to a gym vlog, everyone. It's been a minute since I've been mic'd up in here, but today's a good day. It's not super busy. So we're hitting legs, as you can tell by the giant dumbbell in front of me. I do have some unfortunate news. I think that I kind of tweaked my hamstring, believe it or not, which I've like that's never happened to me before. And it happened like a while ago, to be honest, like months and months ago. And I just thought like, cause it's not really pain, it just feels like a pinch in my hamstring. And I was like, whatever, it's fine. You can't stop me from doing some RDLs, okay? I love RDLs. But then like last week or so, I was doing a split squat and I felt my hamstring pinch in that, and I was like, okay, like this clearly isn't great. So I kind of think today's gonna be the first day that I really take a break from hamstring work, unfortunately, because I love doing hamstring work. So I think today we're gonna stick with like hip thrusts, maybe sumo squat, maybe reverse lunges, and like abduction work, I think. So I'm heading into my second set on hip thrusts right now.
And my favorite practice we want Monday afternoon, up next. Have you heard about
5, 10.
Also a remaster of the H1000 coming expanding like out of that, what looking for? Born in the USA.
Wow. Okay, we're doing sets of 12 and I'm holding for a count of 5 on that last rep. I think today I'm gonna go for a little bit more moderate weight, but really focus on like slow, high quality reps and really like honing in on each contraction, I think is the vibe today. And for form reminders on those hip thrusts, I'm always making sure that my heels are stacked underneath my knees. So basically I'm keeping a 90-degree angle in my knee bend when I lock out. That's gonna help make sure we're really targeting the glute. I'm always pressing up through my heels, also helping with having glute recruitment. And then I'm always scooping up with my heels. I'm not trying to press my belly button. I mean, I'm always trying to scoop with my hips. I'm not trying to press my belly button to the sky. It's more so like I'm scooping like an ice cream scooper with my hips, bring my hips up to the top of the movement. And I'm always trying to reach maximum hip extension, meaning I'm in a full tabletop position and really squeezing my glutes as hard as I can at the top, because that's going to be the hardest part of the movement. Next, we're just doing some dumbbell sumo squats. I'm just doing 3 sets of 12 here. So my feet are just past shoulder width apart. My toes are like a little bit pointed out. And the biggest thing is I'm trying to kind of sit back and down. You don't need to move. You're okay. You're not in the frame either, so don't worry about it.
No worries.
But you're totally fine. You don't need to move. Thank you though. Another big thing is I'm trying not to let my upper body fold over. I'm trying to keep my torso upright so that I can get even more depth, as opposed to having the dumbbell hit prematurely. If I bend more at my waist, it would inhibit my depth, and it also would activate my lower back more. Next, we're going to do some kettlebell step-ups. I personally like to do this next to some sort of pole or something just for some more stability, just so I can really focus more so on hypertrophy rather than, which is muscle growth, rather than trying to like have balance be the main priority. I must say, I already am pretty winded, you guys. I think I haven't been eating enough, and amongst the hamstring situation, I just don't feel great today, and I'm on my period, so it's just kind of like a combining situation. But so, I like to have my platform decently high, so this is right about at my knee height. I'm gonna position my foot so that, again, same thing like with the hip thrust, my knee is stacked over my heel, so I have a 90-degree angle right here. This is going to create more of a glute stretch, which is always what my goal is, because wherever there's a bigger stretch, that's meaning there's going to be more time under tension in that area, and therefore better targeting. I'm gonna press up through this heel, again, same thing like with the hip thrust, and when I come down, I'm not coming straight up and down, I'm basically like pushing my hips back, think of like an escalator. I'm hinging a little bit at my hips, bringing my torso forward just a little bit, and I'm coming down like this. So when I do that, now my knee again is ending up over my heel, I'm having that 90-degree angle, and my hip is pushed backwards, and all of this, the torso fold, this foot positioning is great, creating more of a glute stretch, which is what we want. This is what the movement is going to look like, as opposed to what a lot of people do, is they're coming forward and then their knee is coming over their toe, and it's more of like a vertical motion, which another great reason why this pole is here is it will literally prevent you from doing that, and you're going to have to remember to sit back and down into the lunge. I'm doing 3 sets of like 10 to 12 on each foot, but I need to change this song. I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, winded and weak. So, and I'm holding the dumbbell in the opposite hand of my working leg, the opposite side of my working leg. People, we're rounding out this workout, okay? We're just doing 4 exercises and calling it. Step into my office. We're going to do, I don't know if I want to do the bridges or just a normal hip abduction. I kind of just want to do normal because it's giving bare minimum today. Basically, if you're new, I just mean I usually like this variation where I'll do like a bridge as I'm doing it. I love that. But I think today I'm just going to do a normal seated situation where I'm staying like this. But I like to perform the seated one with a little forward torso lean. I do like to lean forward a little bit, hinge at my hips. Again, it's giving more glute stretch, and I find I have more leverage that way, and I just feel it more in my glutes. So here we're training our glutes in the lateral plane, and this is going to primarily be hitting our glute minimus and medius, which are the 2 smaller muscles in our glutes, and specifically they're kind of up in our hips. I like to do these to give that like rounded effect for the glutes. These really help with that, and they also allow you to see your glutes from the front, which is pretty cool when you really build up those muscles. I honestly don't know how many I'm going to do, so I'll usually just do a set and then see how many I do, and that's where we're going to be for my working sets. So here I'm leaning forward, and I pretend like I'm like sweeping my heels away, like I'm sweeping the floor with my heels, and I'm like spreading like a snow angel or something in the sense, or as if I'm like trying to spread peanut butter with my heels. It's really like a sweeping motion, and again, you're going to be feeling that right here. You can kind of, I don't know if you're able to see it from the camera angle, but you're going to be feeling it on the upper outer portion of your glutes. And we want to make sure we're controlling it as we're bringing the weights back down, right? We're never swinging, we're never using momentum to carry us through. All parts of every single exercise when we're weight training is going to be slow and controlled. Ooh, hold on the last one. Ooh, that was a good set. I was feeling that one. My muscle connection was on 10. I think now it's time to come clean. I definitely was not counting on that set because I was talking to you. But usually it's anywhere between 15 and 20, and I'm gonna do 2 more sets. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I have these like out of body moments where I'm like, I'm actually living my dream. Of course, like not really to the caliber that I thought, but I guess also at the same time, like there's a quote that's like, maybe you don't feel like you're making progress because you're constantly moving the bar. I kind of feel that way, like maybe it seems like I'm not like fully where I wanna be, but that's just because I like keep like seeing what's possible and like making my goals even bigger and bigger. But it stays like this when I come to the gym, I'm decked out in all ALPHALETE because I'm working with ALPHALETE. I get all these clothes for free, like I'm working with them directly. I have a manager with ALPHALETE. I have my ALPHALETE gym bag that like makes me really feel like a part of the team. I just brought in a whole bag of PROMIX protein to give to my boyfriend, which I've wanted to work with PROMIX for a year now at this point, and it's just so like rewarding to get to this point, I guess, and it's times like this where it's like, whoa, it's very full circle. We actually kind of got to where we want to be. Of course, there's always room for growth and I want to like continue expanding, but it's just like, I feel like I'm getting to a point where I've stayed the course long enough where I'm really seeing the fruits of my labor and like seeing my vision come into fruition. And it's been proof that's like, if you really keep your mindset in alignment, you stay taking action every day, like you will inevitably get to the point that you're trying to get to. It's just an input-output system and it's really freaking cool. And now I'm like, I need to dream bigger because I'm guaranteed to get it. Alright, that's a wrap. As you know from the beginning of this video, I'm on like a hyperfixation situation with Saie, the makeup brand. I just love them so much. And I recently got a PR package from them. I originally got my makeup from them through, like, they sent it to me directly, but just like a little behind the scenes intel. Getting like a package from a brand it's kind of different than a PR package. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm on a PR, on their PR list. Like, that was kind of like what I thought was a one-off situation from the contact I had with them. I thought it was like a one-off kind of package, like, here you go to try out our brand, but that's kind of it. And I hadn't received a package from them since I got that initial one, which I did show you guys in one of my videos. But then recently, when I got back from my New York trip, I actually had a package from them. See Exhibit A. And I'm still freaking out about this because I didn't think that I was like, thought that that was kind of my one and done contact with Saie, was like that initial package. So when I got this, I was like, oh my gosh, they still are like in contact / know who I am / like want me to be involved, which was super cool and so exciting. So I'm still like recovering from this. And then I go today to look out the window and look at what I freaking see on my front porch. Again, I just got that PR package like, I don't know, 10 days ago. Like, is this a joke? This is like a pretty decent size box, okay? Hello. I have no idea what's in here and I'm absolutely freaking out and I'm so excited. Just a fair warning, I am also filming this for short form, so I'm sorry if you feel a little bit neglected, my YouTube family, but I'm kind of going to be going back and forth. Look at this. This is a big box. Here we go. Moment of truth. I just need a moment of silence. I saw that they launched these and I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to have these. These are their mini like travel blushes, which I'm so excited about. These are in the shade Baby, Sweetie, and Spicy, which I don't have any of these shades, I don't think. And so I'm so excited. Not only are they gonna be so cute and little, but I'm also hyped to try out new shades. Look at how small. This is so cute. And I'm not ready for what else is in here. I'm just not. Oh my gosh. What is happening? What is happening? Do you guys understand this is my favorite color of all time? Like, I don't know if you know that. Look at how cute this is. Look at this with the Saie ribbon. You guys, this color is everything. This is kind of unreal. I'm not gonna lie. Look at the inside of this. It's a whole jewelry box. I literally was saying that it's time for me to get a jewelry box. This is crazy. Okay, so if you take the top out, it just is like a big container, which I feel like this would be great for like, if you have a ton of makeup that you can put this in. This is so beautiful, I can't get over it. Thank you so much. I love you, Saie, so much. Before I close out this vlog, I just want to remind you guys, because I keep forgetting to say it on YouTube for whatever reason, I am hosting my All Women's Wellness Retreat in Thailand this November, so it's coming up very, very soon. And the last day to book your ticket is September 19th, so literally tomorrow from the day that I'm uploading this. So I just want to like push out this last minute reminder for anyone who's kind of been thinking about it. I'm much better, like if you want to know more instantaneous updates, definitely follow me on Instagram, because that's where I heavily more so send out reminders about the retreat and whatnot. So if you're interested, we're going to northern Thailand. We have 11 different activities on the itinerary. I'm hosting 6 different mindfulness workshops, and it's just the perfect way and place to be able to meet like-minded people who have similar values and also travel and explore a different culture. I always get so humbled the more that I travel, so I of course highly recommend it because I love it. And we have 14 beautiful girls already signed up. So again, the last day to book is September 19th, which is literally tomorrow from the day that this video goes live. I'll have the trip page linked down below if you're interested. It's gonna be a blast, so if you're interested, again, the link will be down below. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sorry for such the big gap between this vlog and the last vlog. There just has been so much chaos happening in the world. If you know, you know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Peace out.